Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So today we continue reading from Srimad Bhagavatam. This is a new chapter, just started a few days ago. From the 8th canto, the Elephant Gajendra's Crisis, chapter 2 of the 8th canto. And it is from, today we're reading from text 9, it says there, text 9 to 19. There is no purport from 9 to 13 and 14 to 19. It's quite a long verse. It's a prose. So I guess it's not really a prose. That's 19. Okay, I'm going to read from 9 to 13 and 14 to 18. Then everybody can repeat from 19. Tasya dronyam bhagavato varunasya mahatmana udhyanam ritumaunama akridam surayoshitam sarvato lankritam dibhyai nitya pushpa paladrumai mandarai parijataischa patala shoka champakai chutai priyalai panasir amrair amratakair api kramukair niri kelas cha karjurair biju purakai madukai salatalais cha tamalair asanarjunai aristumbara plaksair vatair kimsu kachandanai Pichu madhai kovidarai saralai sura darubhi rakshe surumba jambubhir badhari akshabamalai. Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada K. In a valley of Trikuta mountain, there was a garden called Ritumar. This garden belonged to the great devotee Varuna and was a sporting place for the damsels of the demigods. Flowers and fruits grew there in all seasons. Among them were mandaras, parijatas, patalas, ashokas, champakas, chutas, pialas, panasas, mangoes, amratakas, kramukas, coconut trees, date trees, and pomegranates. There were madukas, palm trees, tamalas, ashanas, arjunas, aristas, udumbaras, plaksas, banyan trees, kimsukas, and sandalwood trees. There were also pichumardas, kubuidaras, saralas, suradarus, grapes, sugarcane, bananas, jambu, badaris, aksha avyayas, and amalakis. Now text 14 to 19. I'll read, I think I just read the whole instead of repeating the 19, okay? Bilbhai kapitai chambirai bito balatakadibhi tasmin sara subipalum lasat kanchana pankajam kumudot palakalara satapatra sriujitam matasat pada nirgustam so kuntais cha kalaswanai Hamsa karanabadirakirnam chakrabhai sarasair api jala kukuta koyasti datyuha kula kujitam matsya kachapam sanchara chalat padma rajapaya kadamba vetsaha nala nipa banjula kairitam Kundai kurubaka sokai sirisai kuta jengudhai Kumjakai swarna yotibhir naga punagajatibhi Malika satapatraischa madabi jalakadibhi Sobitam tirajaischanyai nityar tubhir alam drumai. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada K. In that garden, there was a very large lake filled with shining golden lotus flowers, and the flowers known as Kumuda, Kalara, Utpala, and Satapatra, which added excellent beauty to the mountain. There were also Bilba, Kapita, Jambira, and Balataka trees. Intoxicated bumblebees drank honey and hummed with the chirping of the birds, whose songs were very melodious. The lake was crowded with swans, karadavas, chakravakas, cranes, and flocks of water chickens, datyuhas, koyastis, and other murmuring birds. Because of the agitating movements of the fish and tortoises, the water was decorated with pollen that had fallen from the lotus flowers. The lake was surrounded by kadamba flowers, betasha flowers, nalas, nipas, banjulakas, kundas, kurubakas, asokas, sirisas, kutajas, ingudas, kubjakas, swarna, yutis, nagas, punagas, jatis, malikas, satapatras, jalakas, and madhavi latas. The banks were also abundantly adorned with varieties of trees that yielded flowers and fruits in all seasons. Thus, the entire mountain stood gloriously decorated. Purport. Judging from the exhausted description of the lakes and rivers on Trikuta mountain, on earth there is no comparison to their super excellence. On other planets, however, there are many such wonders. For instance, we understand that there are 2 million different types of trees, and not all of them are exhibited on earth. Srimad Bhagavatam presents the total knowledge of the affairs of the universe. It not only describes this universe, but also takes into account the spiritual world beyond the universe. No one can challenge the Srimad Bhagavatam's descriptions of the material and spiritual worlds. The attempts to go from the earth to the moon have failed, but the people of earth can understand what exists on other planets. There is no need of imagination. One may take actual knowledge from Srimad Bhagavatam and be satisfied. Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purport, Canto 8, Chapter 2, texts 14 to 19, and before that, 9 to 13. Om Jnanam Timirandasya Jnanam Jnana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Sri Juta Padakamalang Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sadvadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Visakambitamscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastate Tapta Kanchana Gaurange Radhe Vrindavaneshware Visabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Sindhuvya evacha Patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So here we are given a description, one of the mountains in the heavenly planets. This is one of the 20 mountains that surrounding Mount Sumeru. Mount Sumeru in the heavenly planets, that is the topmost where the sun is going around. Description is very enticing. As Prabhupada says, many of my disciples, they just want to go to the heavenly planets. Yes, not that Prabhupada's disciples, that also includes us. Because over there, the sense of enjoyment is far greater than here in the middle planetary systems, or Earth we belong to. The heavenly damsels, the celestial beings, their personal features are more beautiful than ours. And also, the facilities that they have is so great that sometimes, many of them, they will forget the purpose of human form of life, which is to go back home, back to Godhead. According to the Shastras, that before coming down to this earthly planet, we're given a chance to choose from the heavenly planets whether we want to continue our journey into this material world or to go back to the spiritual world. And so, these different descriptions of how beautiful, especially the lakes of this Trikuta mountain, where all the living beings, different species of life, are described, and so much so that it is very exhaustive. We read from text 9 till 19, all of these different beings like fish, animals, plants, different creatures, fruits, and so thus the entire mountain stood gloriously. It's very well decorated. And this is the place, especially this lake, where this is being described at the moment, is very conducive for sensual pleasure. This is one of the places where you take bath and you just forget everything. You just want to enjoy. So, Srimad Bhagavatam is so complete. It presents the total knowledge, both material, the heavenly planets, and also the spiritual worlds. one can be attracted to these different descriptions, but the main purpose of the Srimad Bhagavatam is to give us the description of the spiritual world, whereby when one goes, he never comes back. Yat gatva na nivartante taddama paramam mama. Unfortunately, the conditioned souls, out of illusion, they want to stay here. Out of identifying with the body as the self, and extended wise, the family members as part of one's existence, they don't want to give up the attachment. The Srimad Bhagavatam explains that we should be detached from our attachments. This sense enjoyment is prevalent in the whole material creation, but this is nothing compared to the spiritual world, which even just one drop, an iota or drop of this spiritual bliss cannot be compared to all the opulences, all the beauty or so-called beauty of the material world. So this is the setting whereby Gajendra, the king of the elephants, will be hearing later on. He wants to enjoy. He brought his family members, the female elephants, and along with his family members to enjoy, frolic, splashing. It's like this is one of the Vaishnavas, what do you call this, game or hobby or swimming. But here, their experience of this very, very sporting, very interesting sporting game in this background is magnified much more. So we have to keep in account that we should not be attracted, in spite of this description, to go there and see what is it like in Trikuta mountain. We should go to where there is no more anxiety, no more repeated birth and death, and life is eternal. So no one can challenge this description of the Srimad Bhagavatam. It is considered as the Amala Puranam. The Puranas means ancient history, not in chronological order, but Srimad Bhagavatam describes what we need to know. And here in the planet Earth, we have 18,000 slokas. Most of the part of the Srimad Bhagavatam is in the heavenly planets. Much more, 100,000 slokas, more and more. However, the summum bonum of the Srimad Bhagavatam is the 10th canto, whereby we'll be able to understand the nature of Swayam Bhagavan, Purna Bhagavan, Sri Krishna, along with his eternal associates in Goloka Vrindavan. So this exists. This description is not mythology. It is not one's mental speculation. We don't need to imagine. It's like given to us right here. That's why it says that we should hear the Bhagavatam. Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. It has to be continuous, because hearing of all the 9 processes in devotional service, the hearing is the most essential. By hearing topics such as being described in these different transcendental literatures like Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad-Gita, Chaitanya Charitamrita, all books, the scriptures written by Srila Vyasadeva, considered as the Vedas, our hearts becomes cleansed by all the anarthas, all the unwanted desires within our hearts. Prabhupada says one time that in different occasions as well, that our hearts is like compared to as black as coal. A coal that used for as fuel to cook is very black. But our hearts is more blackish than that. Because having come in contact with the material energy, being succumbed by the modes of material nature, namely goodness, passion, and ignorance, we forgot our real identity. So, Srimad Bhagavatam has to be heard from the right source. And this is what we're doing. We're hearing directly from Srila Sukadev Goswami, being given this description to Maharaj Parikshit, coming from Vyasadeva and from Srila Prabhupada's purports. Who can argue with this? We don't have to experiment. We don't have to say, oh, let me check it out upstairs. Let me check it out in the heavenly planets if it is real or not. No, we don't have to reinvent the wheel, as they say. It is written purposely so that we will become convinced. Vidaisya sarva aham eva vedya. Of all the Vedas, I am to be known. Krishna, he is the compiler of the Vedas. He is the knower of the Vedas. And this is the purpose of human form of life. So this description is very, very wonderful. It's amazing. However, 500 years ago, there is also a place in Ramakeli whereby it supersedes the description that's been given here in this part of the Srimad Bhagavatam. That part, Ramakeli, is a place where became the, as you may say, the vacation place for Srila Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami. They have gardens there because they were employed or describing Rupa Goswami because this is his disappearance day. These two brothers, they're brought up in a Brahmin family, and they're not Rupa and Sanatan. Those names were given by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Their name before was Amar and Santosh. And they were, even before meeting Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they were very, very spiritually advanced. They were very well educated. They were very well versed in the scriptures. Rupa Goswami already wrote many, many books, like Hansadutta and so on. And at that time, the empire of Nawab Hussain Shah started to come up. And he has a guru, Moyabilu or something like that. Moyabilu. He is a guru and he has this mystic power. He can see the future. And through the guru of Nawab Hussain Shah, he knew that there were these two great personalities whom, if they will be involved in the government of Nawab Hussain Shah, the government will flourish unlimitedly. So the guru of Nawab Hussain Shah recommended, yes, you should take these two. Because if you have them in your camp, in your government, you don't need to worry anything. Everything will be so smooth and your glories will be widespread. So, but they're Muslims then trying to get Brahmanas, Vaisnavas, Hindus. That time, it's not so difficult. Those days, if they just flicker some water to you, automatic you're a Muslim. But to convince these two personalities, Santosh and Amar, it'll be not so easy. They're very intellectual, very intelligent, knowledgeable in the Shastras. So, the technique that Navabhusensha did was to give fear to these two personalities. That if you don't join me, I will destroy the Brahminical class. I will punish the Vaishnavas, even kill them. So out of fear, Santosh and Amar, they don't have any choice. They're not fearful of themselves. They're fearful of others, that they may do real harm. He's not joking. This is for real. Navabhusensha is very atrocious. He's very cruel. He can do it anytime he wants. He has a lot of power. So they agreed. So Rupa Goswami, Amar became Dabirkas. Dabirkas means personal secretary. Rupa Goswami became the personal secretary of Navabhusensha. And Sanatan Goswami, or Santosh, became Sakar Malik. Sakar Malik means the financial treasurer. And so, lo and behold, yes, everybody becomes so happy because Navabhusensha has these two main assistants. But contrary to their feelings, Dabirkas and Sakar Malik, they don't like what they're doing. But they have to be there. But in exchange, Navabhusensha is very, very diplomatic, is very intelligent, is very clever. So he gave them huge amount of salary. So much that the two brothers, they don't know what to do with it. So in exchange for this salary that they received, they created is what you call Gupta Vrindavan in Ramakeli, where everything is there, like Vrindavan. They have so many brahmanas reciting the scriptures. There's so many great personalities, learned people coming from different parts of India, maybe even the world, because they learn Arabic, they learn Persian, they learn Sanskrit. Says people even from Karnataka, even from West Bengal, everybody comes to see them. But within their hearts, because they heard about Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they're waiting for the day when they will come to join them. They were waiting for that day. They're crying inside. When will that day come? And Rupa Goswami, he wrote a letter to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that we want to join you as two brothers. But what to do? We are entrapped by this government. We have to do these duties out of not to our liking. And so one day, they were waiting there. During their Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami, whenever they have chance for escaping the government duties, they will go and ask for vacation or holidays, so they will spend their time there. There's also a Radhakund and Shyamakund there to make it complete. One day, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, along with an entourage of thousands and thousands of pilgrims, were traveling with him, and specifically, he headed towards Ramakeli. The main purpose actually is to see the two brothers, Rupa and Sanatan. So when they heard, Rupa and Sanatan heard that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is in Ramakeli, they went as fast as the wind. They went there to see and to show their humility. Actually, when they met Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they uttered this prayer, that you are the most magnificent incarnation of the Supreme Lord, because no one gives free love of Godhead like you. Which later on, he composed this prayer, Rupa Goswami, when the next time he met Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Das Avameda Ghat in Allahabad, Prayag. This Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gortvase Namaha. See, these two personalities are not conditioned souls. They're not ordinary souls. They're eternally liberated souls. Rupa Goswami is in the spiritual world. The Radha Krishna Lila is Rupa Manjari. Manjari means they are younger in age compared to the Sakhis or the the gopis. They're all Sakhis, they're all friends of Radha and Krishna, but the Manjaris are younger in age, and sometimes when there are more amorous pastimes being performed by Radha and Krishna, not everyone is allowed. And because of the age of the Manjaris, they are more innocent. Others, they want to enjoy the company of Radha and Krishna. For the Manjaris, no. For them, they don't want to enjoy except to please and serve Radha and Krishna. So they're allowed. And the leader of all the Manjaris is Rupa Manjari, who is none other than Rupa Goswami in Gauranga Lila. So when they heard Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was there, immediately they went and offered dandavats with straw in their teeth. Lower than the blade of grass, more tolerant than the tree, and be ready to offer respect to everyone without expecting any respect for himself. This is what you call humility. So these two brothers, they were so humble. They were crying. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also began to cry. Having seen their features, they're so beautiful, and lying on the floor. So immediately Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu picked them up and he embraced both of them. And he told them, stop crying. If you continue crying, my heart will break. I will not be able to stand it. So please stop. So they plead to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we want to join you. We want to join your entourage and serve you. But Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, no, just wait. The time will come that you will join me. But for now, you should be like a wife of your husband, having a different paramour, different lover. Externally, do your duties properly, but internally, always think of me. It's like the gopis also like that. So they said, when will that day come? Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, do not worry. that time will come, and it'll be soon. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, to show His mercy, He touched the heads of Rupa and Sanatan. And on that day, they were given that name, Rupa and Sanatan. Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, He extended more His mercy by putting His lotus feet on the head of Rupa and Sanatan. So they said, yes, hopefully that day will come soon. Otherwise, we cannot stand. We cannot be be able to exist much more. So on that day, when Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, don't worry, very soon you will join me, that is the start of Nawab Hussain Shah's going down. Because Rupa Goswami was his desire was so intense. His desire was so intense that he wanted to retire early. He asked permission from Nawab Hussain Shah, and Nawab Hussain Shah gave him permission. And at that time, when he retired, he says that he has a boatload of gold coins. And the formula that he did, Prabhupada says this, that he gave 50% for the service of Lord Krishna and the Vaishnavas, 25% for his family members. In the family of Rupa Goswami, there were 5 brothers and 1 sister. Only 2 are pure devotees, Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami. So, now is Sanatan Goswami. Yes, 25% for him, for Rupa Goswami, for emergency. And Prabhupada says, in ISKCON, this should be also the formula. Which is very difficult to do. Sometimes it's a shortage also. So what to do? But ultimately, this is when you retire. Or if you have some surplus, the grihastas, so that the whole purpose is to become not attached to the fruits of your activities. Grihastas, they're allowed to make money. Otherwise, how they can subsist? How can they exist? How can he provide for the family to live? So, now the problem is Sanatan Goswami. He further extended his holiday, and he told Nawab Hussain Shah that he is sick. So his days passed by, and Sanatan Goswami is not returning. Nawab Hussain Shah, he became very irritated. I want him now. Okay, you go and see what he's doing. So he sent some of his men. And when they see Sanatan Goswami, they thought he was really ill, but no. Actually, he's very healthy, he's very happy. And what he's doing actually is hearing Srimad Bhagavatam along with so many brahmanas every day. Srimad Bhagavatam ke? Oh, Srimad Bhagavatam ke? If the liberated souls, they get so immense happiness hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. Now, who are we? We need it more. The more we hear Srimad Bhagavatam, the more we relish. As Prabhupada says, we have jaundice. We are diseased with this liver disease that everything is yellow and even sugar tastes bitter. But there is no other cure for this except sugar candy. So in the beginning, we may not have taste, but we know few devotees, they have taste for hearing Srimad Bhagavatam every day. So they went back to Nawab Hussain Shah and says, no, he's not sick. Sanatan Goswami is very well. He's happy, enjoying, hearing Srimad Bhagavatam every day. Namabuddha Sensha gave him a chance. You come or I will punish you. But Sanatana Goswami says, I don't want to come anymore. I'm happy. I'm satisfied. Okay. You have to go to the jail. You have to go to the jail. And then Sanatana Goswami, he made a plan to get out of that jail by giving some bakshish. Giving some, under the table money to the guardian, to the jailer, saying that, you tell Navabu Sensha that I went because a call of nature and I went to jump in Ganga. And do not worry, you will also get benefited. But besides that, he gave him some few coins, gold coins, that was coming from the grocer. In those days, there is no banks. There is no ICICI. There is no, what else? American Bank. Bank of America. No. They put their money to the grocers. Give them there and the grocers will not go anyway. So whenever you need it, you just keep getting them. So Rupa Goswami, he had a desire to go see Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went in a different direction, but they met each other in Dasa Bameda Ghat. We had darshan of that when we went for the Kumbh Mela in Allahabad, a place where very ancient place, thousands and millions of years old. And this is the place where Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, along with his entourage, met. Rupa Goswami met them. But to avoid the big crowd, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu take Rupa Goswami in confidence and they spoke here for 10 days. Rupa Goswami is Rasa Acharya. He is the Acharya of the mellows in the kingdom of spiritual world. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because he is none other than Rupa Goswami in the spiritual world, and therefore Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu having his eternal confidantes also. Confidante means closer, very close friend or assistant, that he revealed, starting from the basics up to the highest level in devotional service. Starting from following sadhana. Of course, he described, it's a long chapter in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, chapter 19, Madhya Lila. You have time today, you can read that conversation, where he started about the soul, the size of the soul, 1/10,000 tip of the hair, traveling from different universes, not just in this universe where we are, where we belong to the four-headed Lord Brahma, the smallest universe, but others. There is this verse, Brahmanda, Bhumite. No. Yes, Brahmata Brahmite Kono Bhagavan Jeep Guru Krishna Prasade Pai Bhakti Lata Bij. That when the soul becomes fortunate and he becomes sick and tired of the material world, there is no way one goes back to the material world if he is not sick and tired of this material world. Spiritual world, no one goes there if you don't get fed up in this material world. As long as we have one attachment, as Prabhupada says, even one rasgula, we have to come back for that rasgula to be put in our mouth. That is how the attachment is so much. It's prasad, yes. Prabhupada says also we will eat our way by eating prasad. But this is to show that material attachment is not conducive, even an iota, very small percentage. So he explained further, more and more about the journey, that when he's fortunate enough, Bhagyavan, the jivas, will meet a bona fide representative of the Supreme Lord, spiritual master, and he will be given this bhakti lata bij, this seed of devotion within the heart. And this has to be nurtured by hearing and chanting. This is how the bhakti lata, or the seed, just like in the material platform, you have a seed, you water with water. You put water so it'll grow. So, but one must be very careful while watering the seed of bhakti, because some weeds may also be being watered. See, chanting of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra is like a kalpabhiksha tree. A kalpabhiksha tree, anything you wish will become fulfilled. So chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, if you wish material opulence, tatashtu, so be it, it'll be fulfilled. If you wish for spiritual life, going back to Godhead, it'll be given as well. It was Srila Rupa Goswami who defined what is bhakti. In the Srimad Bhagavatam also, bhakti is explained. Was that? Yeah, there were two slokas. Rishikena, Rishikena, Sevanam Uchate. Was that verse? Sarvupadi binirmuktam tat paradvena nirmalam. Rishikena, Rishikesan, Sevanam Uchate. Now, Rupa Goswami, he gave the most complete, same as the Srimad Bhagavatam. Was that verse? Anya bilasita sunyam jnana karmari anabritam anukulyena krishnanam shilanam bhaktir uttama. This is the topmost bhakti. So he says that when you do sadhana, it's like what we do here every day in all the ISKCON temples or all the grihastas ashram, those who are wanting to go back home, back to Godhead, we start from here, sadhana. In sadhana, he says that we must be mindful of what we are doing. It is not a mechanical thing. While chanting our rounds in the morning, especially Brahma Muhurta hour, which is the most auspicious, conducive time for spiritual activities, one should be mindful to give up all of these attachments, karma, these fruitive desires, this mental speculation, this desire for material gain. So in this way, we will make progress. If we do our sadhana, that's 9 processes of devotional service, and we do it in a mechanical way, it will take us a long time to go back home, back to Godhead. It was Rupa Goswami also who says that we should be greedy. Lobha. We should be greedy, just like the materialists are greedy for sense enjoyment. Devotees who are aspiring to go back home, back to Godhead should be also greedy. Greedy on what? Greedy on performing more and more bhakti. This is why we chant the holy name of the Lord. So this is very important point that Rupa Goswami learned from Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then he goes on to Baba, then Prema, Sneha, Man, this Madana, Modana, and Mohana, which we will not be able to reach. Only Srimati Radharani can have this real madness for Krishna. She's always feeling separation from Krishna. Even though Krishna is there in front of her, she thinks Krishna is not there. She's always thinking of Krishna 24 hours a day. And this is the goal of spiritual life, to think of Krishna constantly, 24 hours, whatever we do. So, Srila Rupa Goswami also is called Bhakti Acharya. Is Acharya also for Bhakti. All the knowledge that is needed to attain pure love of Godhead and beyond is Srila Rupa Goswami. So today, there's so many things to be told. Our time is very limited. But today is a very special day also. Gauridas Pandit. Gauridas Pandit is an eternal associate of Lord Krishna. In Krishna Lila, he is Subal Saka, cowherd boy, Subal, who is always with Lord Krishna as well. And he's so attached to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that at the time when Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is about to take sannyas, Lord Nityananda and Lord Chaitanya, both of them, they took a boat and they used the paddling. They did the paddling to reach where Gauridas Pandit resides in Ambika Kalna. You have been there, Prabhu? Where there are deities of Gauranga and Nityananda. The story goes that he was feeling separation already because Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, if he's going to take sannyas, that means that's it. He'll go traveling. So, Gauridas Pandit, he was so attached to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and he does not want to let go of Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda. He says, no, 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 you cannot go. You must stay here. But Lord Chaitanya gave deities of Gauranga and Nityananda. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, no, no, we have to go. You have deities here that I gave you, Gauranga and Nityananda, myself, and Lord Nityananda. So, there's no difference between Gauranga, Nityananda, your deities, and myself, and Lord Nityananda. He says, no, no, no. You stay here. Okay, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, okay, I will give you a choice. We will stand with these two deities, Gauranga and Nityananda, and you may choose according to your liking, which is us. The other two will stay, and the other two will go. So, both of them now, all of them standing. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Lord Nityananda was waiting. Gauridas Pandit knew who is the one who is like walking there. So he chose, I want you. But then the deities started to walk. Gauranga and Nityananda, they started to walk. And says, no, 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 you come back. You stay here, and I want them to go. The other two. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, well, you cannot be like this. You have to really choose which one you like. Because there is no difference between me and the Archa Vigraha form of the Lord. So one must be very careful, especially those who are having deities, pujaris, or even at your home. Don't consider them as made of matter. They're real. They are none different than the Supreme Personality of Godhead. When you worship them accordingly, cook for them nicely, decorate them nicely, Krishna will reciprocate. So much so that they will speak with you in no time at all. They're not statues here. Even the Murti of Srila Prabhupada. That's why we take care nicely, being very careful, especially when we move Prabhupada for Guru Puja. Very, very delicate. So similarly, the way that the Lord ultimately will accept our worship is if we chant the holy name of the Lord offenselessly. The main ingredient for everything that we do day after day after day is the chanting of the holy name of the Lord sincerely without any offense. If you just want to do service but you don't chant, Krishna will not accept. Maybe a little bit. But not fully. So, Gauridas Pandit is like this. He chose whom he thinks is Gauranga and Nityananda, and the other two left and walked from his ashram. So today is a very special day. We should pray for these great personalities. They're not ordinary souls. They are eternally liberated souls, eternally associates of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, that somehow they give us their mercy and blessings to give up our material desires. As we were talking yesterday, if somebody will open our heart, it's so filthy, we will run away. We don't want to see those. But by having the mercy of these two great personalities, hopefully someday, hope against hope, in this very lifetime, we can give up our material desires and be able to serve the Supreme Lord and the Vaishnavas without any offenses. More dangerous than serving the Supreme Lord is serving the spiritual master. Because there will be a tendency more to think that the spiritual master is an ordinary person like us. No, they're also considered as Bhagavat or Bhagavatam. Just like here in the Srimad Bhagavatam, it says there are two personalities, two Bhagavat. The book Bhagavat and the person Bhagavat. Spiritual master or other stalwart, great Vaishnavas like Rupa Goswami and Gauridas Pandit Prabhus. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada Ke Nitai Gaur Premanande.